We shut the plants down, get some garbage bags, get your stuff out, and leave.
Just made it seem like they woke up yesterday like, oh, we just gonna shut down 51st. Like, that's all, because they couldn't answer no questions. They was like, they don't know what's going on. It was kind of crazy, like, this is how y'all treat like your employees.
You think they would be bigger than this?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's just messed up on the way they did it. I mean, they could have did it way better.
As if the news wasn't bad enough for the employees, they say they were escorted off the property by Chicago police officers.
Imagine that, being escorted by your employer.
Get some garbage bags, get your stuff out, and leave.
By police officers telling you that you have just been laid off, and guess what? You weren't even given a notice. Not one notice is given. Again, these companies aren't loyal.
Write it down and keep it for future reference.
This is a textbook play by corporations. We're gonna dive deep into this and make people understand exactly what happened in this situation and why you shouldn't be loyal to these companies and why you should put you and your family first before anything else. Fact. My name is Orlando. Welcome to the channel, guys. Make sure you hit that like and subscribe button. It really does help out the channel. Also, make sure you check out my newsletter. Yes, it's free. How can you be free? You cannot beat it. It will give you tons of value. And on top of that, if you need any type of financing, commercial or investment property financing, I've been a lender for almost 20 years. And I can assist you with that. Information is in the description, guys.
Like and subscribe.
Listen, guys, this is a classic. Just open the dictionary. These companies aren't loyal. The situation that happened with Pepsi will fall right in line because, guys, I've been trying to let people know all the time on this channel from who knows from how many videos back that these companies aren't loyal and that you need to keep you and your family first. You need to make sure that you do whatever you have to do. If that means moving jobs, if that means that asking for that raise, it doesn't matter. You need to do whatever you have to do because these companies will always put themselves first before they put you and your family first.
These ain't opinions. These are facts.
And I know a lot of people don't believe me. I get lots of hate from these company men and women who tell me, Orlando, you're wrong. You don't understand how much seniority we have with these companies. I've been working for this company for 25 years. And guess what? They're family to me.
What?
Quit talking about my family. Put some respect on my corporation's name.
Look. I'm not here to fight you on that. If you want to be a company guy, company man, go for it. But let's take a look when a company decides they don't want you anymore. When they decide, we need to figure out how to make more profit. We need to figure out how to make more money. What can we possibly do?
You're fired.
And I've told you guys this over and over again. The one thing a company will do, number one, first thing they will think of is get rid of you.
Do you believe me yet?
Lay people off, fire individuals. Let's see what happened in Chicago when people went to work one day and found out, surprisingly, that they were laid off. No notice, no email, no text messages, no phone calls. In all the ways to communicate with someone in this day and age, none of that happened.
Like, he's just always in his own world. He really quiet for real unless he know you.
You just come to work and you're fired. You're laid off. Let's go for it.
PepsiCo suddenly shut down its back of the yards facility, leaving many union workers unemployed. The company informed Teamsters Local 727 this morning about the closure of the 51st Street facility. Union leaders say this goes against the WARN Act, which mandates a 60-day notice of plant closures or mass layoffs to employers with 75 or more full-time workers. Alejandro Garcia operates forklifts. He's especially upset since this happened just before the holidays.
Did I hear that right? Just before the holidays?
Leave me alone.
Where has somebody said that these companies will lay off individuals right before the holidays? That they are systematically thinking to themselves,
Beginning of the year is coming up, and we want to cut, so that we have better profits.
somebody said that since the economy is going down, companies are trying to save as much money as they possibly can, and they will lay people off. I don't know who said that. I do want to make this clear. This is very sad. I don't want anyone to lose their job. I understand that these individuals are a head of a household, are part of a household. And again, there are 2, 3, 4, 5 people next to that one person. I understand that. But here's my thing, guys. Here's my thing. I need you to understand that just because you work for these companies, you're not irreplaceable. And a lot of these individuals who email me, who send me text messages and DMs, and they spew this disagreement with me, and it's all bound on the case of the company is loyal to them. They've given so much to the company that the company has to give them back what they gave them.
That don't make no sense.
And I try to explain to people that these companies don't even know who you are. You're an employee to them. You may think that just because your manager says you're a good worker, that what can we do without you? That you believe that at the end of the day, that Pepsi knew who you were. They don't. No company really knows who you are. If you're not working with the founder, CEO, or high executives, they have no idea who you are.
My disappointment is immeasurable.
So I understand that you believe that you're just irreplaceable. You're not. You're a number to them. And at the end of the day, it's business on their end. They will do whatever they have to do to make their money. And my message is for you to do the same. That's what my message is. I'm giving you the playbook that these corporations are going to do. I'm telling you, this is just, it's not all of them, but it's one of them. Look, okay. Earlier this year, we had Pepsi. It came across my desk that Pepsi workers were going on strike. And the union said, hey, look, we want more pay. We want more health care. We want more benefits. We want more and more and more and more. And they decided we were going to go on strike. So let's just take a look at this article here. It says 95% of the Teamsters Local 727 members at Pepsi vote to authorize a strike.
Going on strike.
So they were going to go on strike. They already probably had some type of an agreement with Pepsi that was probably outdated, probably needed more money, whatever it may be. But here's the key, guys. I keep telling you, especially in a down economy, these corporations will say, yeah, we'll help you out. We're going to get you some pay and health care. And they're going to go back to their executives and drawing board, and they're going to concoct a plan. They're going to think to themselves, do we really need these guys? But then it started to spread because, guys, look at this. 95% of Teamsters Local 727 members at Pepsi. This is just one location that decided we're going to go. So it started to spread, and you start seeing that other locations were saying, yes, let's go on strike. Yes, let's go on strike. Yes, let's go on strike. So let's take a look at here. Teamsters Local 727 members who work at PepsiCo Beverages North America have voted by a resounding 95% to authorize strike. Now, it's going to get spicy here, guys. Do you see this? What does this say? This says Chicago. I'm not a rocket scientist. I'm not. Look, guys, I'm not. But if you just look at the news coverage that I just showed you, wasn't that Chicago too? Wasn't that Chicago too? That's my point. You see how the strike, and then Pepsi said, okay, we got your strike. But before we even continue on with that, I want you to hear more from the employees that got shut down, that got laid off from the closure of the Chicago Pepsi plant. Let's go ahead.
That's the hard part because I'm supposed to go see my family in Arizona, and now that things are tight, it's kind of tight in the belt, you know, and I didn't expect this to happen. I'm just trying to, take care of my family, and it's really hard that we have to go through this, and I'm not the only one. A lot of good employees have been here for 30, 40 years, have put the hard work on money into this facility trying to make ends meet, and most of them coming up to retirement, I heard, and then this happens,
Again, this links up exactly. All you have to do, the plant was shut down in Chicago. The strike authorized was in Chicago. The only Pepsi plant in Chicago is this plant. What? Make it make sense, guys. Make it make sense. And you see how the individual here, the worker that got laid off, he is explaining how they laid them right off before the holidays. And I've said this over and over and over again. Listen, I just want people to hear what I'm saying. They did it again. They did it again. Do we have to go through all 500 of them? Do we have to do the S&P 500 for people to understand that these companies aren't loyal? What was the reason why Pepsi said they're going to get rid of these individuals in Chicago? Well, again, if you go back to the story where I told you that the union was going to go on strike, they authorized a strike. And the answer for Pepsi was, oh, we're going to go through all the legal documents. We're going to have our team of lawyers look at everything. And as they went through the contract, as the lawyers went through the contract, they pinpointed something, said, oh, this right here is the key. And you know what that key was? Safety.
Sensational.
Yes, safety. They said that the building is too old to operate anymore. They said the building is 60 years old and there's no way, there's no way that anybody can work there anymore. So we got to let you guys off. We got to lay you off. It doesn't say that in the contract of the union agreement. It doesn't say that we can't get rid of you because of safety reason. This building is 60 years old. I mean, I know there's other buildings that are way older than 60 years, but we can't fix the building and we can't keep you guys on anymore.
I used to look up to you, man. How could you do this?
You want to know what the worst part is? They actually came to an agreement. The union and Pepsi actually came to an agreement. Let's hear what a union member said in that Chicagoland area. It says here, we just wrapped up negotiations with Pepsi earlier this summer. They had the opportunity to let us know that this was coming and acting in good faith. Really? Really? A corporation acting in good faith? Oh boy, I'm telling you. Look, it's because the reason why they didn't tell you is because they were still trying to figure out a plan to get rid of you guys.
Why? Plan Z.
That's the reason why they didn't tell you about the 60-year-old building that's gonna collapse on you guys, because they didn't even have that plan at hand at the moment. They had to wait till you signed the agreement and make sure that that loophole that was in the agreement, that they could execute on it.
Excellent.
And then on top of that, what does he say? What does the union member say? On top of everything else, the holiday season is just beginning. I truly cannot put this into words how despicable this is. I've been telling people. I've been saying it. Holiday season, this is what happens.
It's not funny.
Now, I understand what you guys are thinking. You guys are thinking, Orlando, that's cool and all, but I mean, it's only 150 people and it's only Chicago. What does it matter? That's a drop in the bucket for Pepsi. Well, I'm glad you're watching this video because let's continue on to see what else Pepsi did. Because they just didn't shut down Chicago. They went elsewhere.
A big group of people just thrown out. Your service, nothing.
So about 150 workers will be out of a job come the new year after PepsiCo announced production operations will end at the Cincinnati facility. In a statement, the multi-billion-dollar company says its decision was made to optimize the plant by turning into a scaled warehouse. Brenda Ordonez is live after speaking to laid-off workers who said this really was a shock.
See, as you can see, Pepsi is doing a tour run. They're on tour to go to every plant and get rid of people. Oh, you want to authorize a strike? This plant, it's about to fall down, guys. It's about to fall. You want to go on strike? Oh, okay.
This building is about to crash down on you guys. We are saving your lives by getting rid of you guys.
You didn't get to say goodbye. You didn't get to say goodbye to your supervisors. And you didn't get to say goodbye to a lot of people.
After 33 years at PepsiCo's Cincinnati facility, it's not the send-off Anne imagined, just 6 months shy of her retirement.
What infuriates you is they're standing there, and they're just looking at a small group, reading off their paper like it's a prepared speech. But it's not just that 40 people standing there. Every one of those people has anywhere from 2 to 5 people next to them. It's their kids, it's their spouses.
You see what I'm saying, guys? Where does the seniority get you? This employee, Ann, is saying she had 33 years. She doesn't understand if she's gonna still get her pension. How does her retirement work? She doesn't understand any of that. And you know what the company said to her when she asked about her own pension and her retirement? They said, you're gonna talk to the union about that. Huh? We don't know if you're gonna get it. Maybe you will, maybe you won't, I don't know. Imagine you've been working somewhere for 33 years and they tell you, you're not gonna get your pension, or you may not get it, or we don't know if you're gonna get it, or we don't know how much you're gonna get paid. We don't know anything.
I beg your pardon?
And a lot of you think that this scenario happens and it's not planned. That nobody understands, like even the company themselves just comes up one day and says, yeah, we're gonna lay people off. No, it's not that way at all. They know that they're gonna lay you off. They know previously before, I just showed you that the strike was gonna happen in Chicago, and what happened in Chicago. I know some people are gonna say, Orlando, that's just a coincidence. It's just a coincidence, man. What are you talking about, man?
Nobody's drinking soda anymore. Everybody's drinking energy drinks. The profits are down. It just so happened that it was in Chicago. It was an old building in Chicago.
And then they also had an old building in Cincinnati.
Come on, man!
Really? Really? I mean, look, these are the emails, these are the comments, these are the DMs that I'm getting from individuals who work at the company who still believe that they're working in another plant and they're watching other people get laid off and they're telling me they're safe. Really? You think you're safe after you just saw your colleagues get laid off? That's what boggles my mind. But let's continue to listen to what Ann has to say of, the non-planned layoff.
On Monday, Ann, along with a handful of her coworkers, were notified the plant would be discontinuing production operations, leaving her and 135 others without a job.
They had boxes already lined up in the hallway for you to come down the hallway, take a box, go in and clean out your locker, and go. You'll be paid for till December 28th, and your medical will be covered till December 28th. And then that's it.
And that's it. That's what she said. They already had the boxes laid out, ready for you to, soon as you walk through the door, and that's not planned? Again, if you don't believe it was planned, I again have a magical rock outside that will take you back in time. It may even take you in the future. All you got to do is just give me some money for it. I mean, listen, that's all you got to do. I mean, if it worked, I guess, you weren't special. This is what I'm saying, guys. And a lot of times you guys are saying, well, it's still, again, Orlando, it's small. 136 people, 150 people. Well, let me show you this, guys, because it's just not Chicago. It's just not Cincinnati. What? Pepsi announced 2 Pennsylvania plants impacted in the Pepsi layoff? Guess what it is? Let's take a look at it. Pepsi is laying off more than 100 workers from its plant in Harrisburg. Production at the plant is expected to cease on December 28th. Pepsi cited regional sourcing changes for the decision, which stretched to plants in other states. Again, guys, I'm telling you that Pepsi is just right now going on tour, laying off individuals. And again, this is the reason why you have to read in between the lines, that you have to take care of you and your family first. You can't trust these companies. You have to make sure that the way that they treat you, you treat them back. They treat you like a number, you treat them just as a job. If you got a better off somewhere else, go. Why have loyalty to these companies that have no loyalty to you? I don't want to make this video any longer, but I hope you can see that I connected the dots and that you got value from this video to show you again and again and again and again that these companies aren't loyal. Anyway, I hope you got value from this content, guys, but you know that you won't get all of your information from this one video. I need you to watch this video right here. Yes, this one right here. It will give you information on the housing market, financial news, and get you into your first rental property. And guess what? The information you get from those videos, it will be gold. See you in the next one. Thanks.